already know it. Yeah, and I ain't even in the game, but as soon as something happen, who the first one they blame is time you elect.
Hey fuckers, how's everyone doing? I can't believe 14 weeks have just flown by. 14 weeks of fantasy. We've been preparing for this moment since last year ended. And here we are. Week 14 is over. Playoffs are about to begin. Well, in real leagues, we're not going to talk about that. I'm going to stay off of that. And shit's about to get serious. So first off, I would just like to take this opportunity to thank Curtis for allowing me to get into the Heads playoff. I really appreciate you taking the L so I could slide on into that 6th spot. I match up with Squad, who I'm going to address in a little while. So we had some interesting things happen. I won. That put me in the playoffs. Kurt lost the jab of 176-148. Really what happened was Tua went down because I was nervous as hell. I ain't even going to lie to y'all. I'm not going to lie. I was like, oh, God. And, nothing else really mattered. Squad beat Chaz. Menace won. Who cares? Titans won. That was it. The real matchup was mine to see who was going to be in that final spot. And here I am. I said, because, y'all remember in the beginning of the season, School was talking greasy. He was like, oh, you in the bottom. You ain't even going to qualify for the combine. You ain't going to be in the playoffs. Blah, blah, blah. Heads to combine, and yet here we are. Here we are. So, the matchups are as follows. Jaws has a bye. Titan versus Menace. And then it's me versus Squad. Now, I have to backtrack a little bit to last night's game. And I'm already off script. When people was dropping like flies. Stevenson. First Kyler. Then Stevenson. Then Connor. I'm like, come on. Like, fantasy guys hate me. Because in another league, I have Connor. I've got Stevenson. And I got Damian Pierce. So I'm sitting there like, what the is going on? So I'm stressing out. But Squad ain't helping none. Because he was being selfish. And he was only, he said he ain't care about none of that because he ain't had none of them players. But he did come back and then apologize when he realized I was playing Uptown and I had Connor going. So he was like, oh, my bad, Dane, But no, you was talking greasy. Then you came back because we matched up talking about fuck your team and talking about my quarterback and all that shit. Damn, Squad, be easy. You really could tell when folk ain't never won no chip in certain leagues. He wants to put the voodoo on me and fuck your team, but I said, fuck you. So I'm going to hit you with this. Bam. Now, let me get back on track. In other news, money don't like people not setting their lineups. There was a whole chat discussion about that. Money was getting on Chaz like, yo, set your alarm. She was like, nah, I don't want to. I'm going to wait, He's like, that's bad juju. That's bad vibe. And she's like, well, it worked last week. He said, he told Chaz she isn't supporting her team. And that they're not going to perform because she benched them and they don't think they're going to play well if they go in the game. She doesn't value them. So he did have a valid point on. He said you gotta support your team, and then I had to chime in because I feel like when I don't watch them play, they don't do anything because I'm not being supportive. I got to watch these people play, and I gotta send them the vibe. Like, let's go, fellas, let's go. This year we had to get serious with stuff. Okay, let's go. So, money, I felt you on that. Now on to the dynasty. I'm not even going to start with the recaps. I'm going to switch over. I'm going to start with the bet. Dun, dun, dun. Lo and behold, I forgot. There was a bet made in a dynasty league for $100 that said, I will have a better regular season record than you. And that bet was made. I forgot. I don't know how many the other GMs forgot, but I forgot. So as we going on the chat, he pop up the receipt. Boop, Save them messages. So we put the Bronco out for Noel. Woo, woo, woo. We talking about Jaws versus Noel. Put the sirens out. Noel, woo, woo. Everybody at Noel. Little gifts popped up like this. Bam. You know, things like that. And he ain't had to chase the countdown. That's all I'm going to say. Cal already paid up. He settled that bet. I was like, wow, now that's what I'm talking about. Next. Oh, wait, I didn't give you the recap. So, I was already in the playoffs, so I lost. I ain't care. What I found interesting about this recap is that the defending champ won't be part of the chip chase. Make sure I'm looking correct, Lisa. He not there. He don't get to play no more. Season over. Dynasty, chip, champ, all that, over. We already don't respect that title anyway. So now the real thing is what's going to happen with you and his. Okay? Dynasty, we see you next season. I don't know why that's so funny to me. Because he's always talking shit. But back to money. Let's go back to money. Hold on. Back to money. He keep talking about Eric's record. And I only see money in the Dynasty playoffs. Just saying. No combine for you or Eric next year. No ice in the combine either. But we welcome Madden back. I'm just saying, no shade. You saying you doing better than Eric. Where you at? Like, this the first year we're going to have the combine and Eric and money are not going to be in it. It's going to seem weird. Kind of guy used to you guys being up in there. But I'll be there. Won't I, Scoob? Yeah, talking all that trash. You ain't gonna make it to the combine. Well, here I am in the combine. Boss sending a text message. I said, and then, now Scoob want to send memes early this morning talking about ain't no better way for the playoffs to kick off commish versus commish. Boy. You better thank Mr. Connor for coming back into the game and running his little behind around, because had I lost, I still would have been in the playoffs. But you would have been booted. And then it would have been uptown. Now, you know what's interesting about this is we've got 4 heads, GM, 2 beers. So it's going to be funny. Squad with the bye. Jaws goes against Count, and then me and Scoob, and then Grid has a bye. Those are the 6 GMs that are in the playoffs, okay? Heads. It's 4 of us, motherfuckers. You understand? 4. Now, I don't care what Scoob's talking about and all, you know, this head to head. He getting amped up. He on the side and told his team like, yo, fellas, listen, I can't lose to her. I need to take both these wins. He gonna have a whole conversation with him. Whole conversation. At least Rome Swag won on his last official game as a fantasy football GM. And money, I guess you're right. That $50 is a dub. And as we head over to the Beers League, this shit, where the hell is it? There it is. This one was, woo. Now, even with the loss, I still made the playoffs. I went from 3 to 6, but I'm still up in there. And I'm gonna let y'all know it's been a minute. I've been fucking slipping, but I'm back. I'm in the playoffs. That's the goal. Just, you know, well, the goal is always to win it. But first you got to get to them playoffs and stay out of that basement. That's more stressful. Trying to stay out of the basement is more stressful than getting to the playoffs sometimes. I'm telling you. Because you at that bottom, every week you mad. You like, yo, I got to get the fuck out of this basement. So what we got is squad with the bye. It'd be D-Block and Dre. And then me and Menace. And then Chaz got the bye. So we got 2 females up in here. So squad's going, what, for a third one. Scoob will be going for a third one. And I would be going for a third one. I don't know about the other ones. Chaz, this will be her first. D-Block, you got one? And I'm not being funny. I don't know if he got one. I think he got one, right? I don't know. First or second, but it wouldn't be third. And Dre ain't got none as far as I know. And I might have just messed all this recap up with that. But I know who they don't want to win. They don't want them 2-timers up there. Because they know they're going to be the first ever. Ha ha. Y'all know what's up.
Mentioning my name, my nigga. Why you worried about?
I'm in a group meeting.
They took pick from us, now it's just Luch being.